What's up, world? It's your boy JD checking in one time on my morning walk to work, to the barbershop. Had to address some things real quick. A couple of days ago, I made a post on Facebook expressing my frustration about how this Kaepernick situation is being drawn out and used to basically pour more fuel on the fire of the racial tensions and that we got going on in this country between blacks and our counterparts. I ain't gonna say just whites, because it ain't just whites that play a part in the struggles of what it is that our communities go through. So, I made a post, and basically what I was saying was, although I respect Kaepernick in his position and his right to stand up for what he quote unquote believes in, honestly, I don't believe that it's authentic. Reason being that, this is a man who, although he's recognized as a black man now, he's biracial in his origin. He has a white mother, biological white mother, and obviously a black father. But, he was given up for adoption, and he was raised by pretty much a white family. And I'm not trying to make this any type of racial thing or anything like that. I'm just pointing out the facts. He was raised by a white family. He grew up with privileges that, a lot of young black men wish they had. A family that'll take him in, love him, despite him not being their own, and pretty much raise him and put him in a position to be as successful as he was or is. God blessed him with a tremendous talent, and through the guidance of his parents, he was able to take advantage of, situations and opportunities, and to make it to the highest level of what it is that he was trying to do. And, I don't knock anybody that, takes what they have and is able to use it to, elevate themselves in life. That's what life is about. Taking what you have, being appreciative of it, developing it, and, chasing your dreams. And he did that. I respect him for that as a man. However, what I don't respect about him is that before, a lot of these things, before he decided to take his stand, a lot of the things that, all of the things that he's taking a stand against were already happening previous to him taking his stand, years and years and years previous to that. And like many athletes, you didn't hear nothing from him. He wasn't out there on the scene. He wasn't out there in the streets. You know what I mean? Which leads me to believe that he just ain't authentic with where he's at with it. And to further go, you know, now that he got people out here protesting for him, he's still quiet. I still ain't heard a word from him. You know what I mean? Now, I don't really know too much about the brother, but I know that the moves that he has gone forth to do, as far as like donating money to these different organizations and stuff like that, although it looks good on the outside, it ain't really gonna change nothing. Because first off, you giving money to organizations that are basically tied into the system. A lot of these nonprofit organizations, they ain't out here to help our people. They just people that's been placed in the way to be a smokescreen and to be a distraction from the people that's really out here trying to do the work. And because they have a higher platform, or because they have a big name that's known, people have a propensity to go to them to donate their money, to donate their time, when at the end of the day, they really don't have any intentions, or maybe some of them do, but because of the route that they have taken and the way that they have gone about it, the power has been stripped away from them. A lot of these organizations, you know, they're 501c nonprofits, and the rules and regulations through that and through the people that they're getting grant money from, it's a lot of roadblocks, you know what I mean? And it's no coincidence that the roadblocks and the things that they're not allowed to do are the things that'll really be effective in touching our communities and raising our consciousness. So like I said, I respect Kaepernick for taking a stand, but that don't mean I gotta believe in it, the stand that he's taking. First off, I don't see, you know, how not standing up for a pledge of allegiance or taking a knee is gonna change anything. Point blank, period. Now, if he was just to say, you know, I'm not even gonna play football, I'm not gonna entertain these people, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna get with other black players and I'm gonna encourage them to do the same thing. Now, if every black player in the league refused to go out there and play football for the people, for these people that they say are racist, which we've already known that. The NFL, as well as any other major sports league that we have here in America, from their inception, they never wanted blacks to be able to play with them. It wasn't until they seen the talent, the natural talent that we got, and the opportunity to capitalize on it and exploit it to make money, that they, you know, folded on their beliefs. So from the beginning, the NFL been racist. You know what I mean? It's a good old boy network. They playing with old money. The people that started these organizations are the same ones that was owning slaves, same ones that was out there pushing the KKK, wearing hoods, lynching niggas. So that ain't nothing new. We know that. And that's the problem I have with these athletes is instead of recognizing, well, a lot of them, man, A lot of them do recognize. They know what they, you know what I mean? They know what they up under. But they don't care because they getting millions of dollars. They done already sold their selves out and their communities. Most of these people, all they do a lot of charity work. But most of that stuff is just to build an image. Most of the things they do are ideas that their agent gave them to bolster their reputation. At the end of the day, that's what I believe. So, I made this post, and basically what I pointed out was, Colin Kaepernick never had to live this life. He never had to live the street life. He never had to live the struggle. Like I said, he grew up in a privileged position. And I really feel that he squandered his opportunity. He didn't appreciate it. You know what I mean? God put him in a position where, if he was really about it, you know what I mean? He could have kept playing in the foot. He could have kept his mouth shut. You know what I mean? Kept making them millions and funneled that money into real efforts that'll build the black community. If that's what he really wanted to do, that's what he should have did. Kept his mouth shut. Should have been smart about it. You know what I mean? Instead of getting up there and trying to be in front of the cameras, you know what I mean? And trying to make himself out to be some type of savior. He ain't our savior. You know what I mean? We worship these athletes. We worship these entertainers as if they really give a damn about us. They don't. Because if they did, they wouldn't be out there doing and promoting half of the messages that they send out there. Christ is the only one that died for us, for all people, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Samoan, you know what I mean, Islander, whatever you call yourself, Native American, whatever you call yourself. Christ died for all men. Christ was the only revolutionary, and he still is. So, I made the post. I made the point that Kaepernick had a contract. He had a contract, another year with the 49ers. He opted out of that contract. So now that the NFL owners don't want to give him a job, and I don't even know if, because like I said, he been silent. I ain't heard nothing from this dude. You know what I mean? But people have rallied to pick up his cause. You know what I mean? When he's still a millionaire. He still got millions. He still got wealth. He still got family. He still got opportunities. You know what I mean? If you want to stand up and represent the struggle, then you shouldn't have no problem living the type of life that the people that's really going through the struggle and the people that you really saying that you trying to help is living. I don't see no problem with that. Why do you want to go back into a league that done turn this back on you? That don't make no sense to me. And that's really the problem with black people, is we know what this country is built on, but yet and still we feed in to what it is that they selling us. And we allow ourselves to be used to further, their mission. Instead of pulling out and getting together, and loving one another, and starting our own. How many millionaires and, how many millionaire athletes and millionaire entertainers that we got out there? How much that money, really totals up to? If they was really about it, it wouldn't be no problem to start a black community, to start another Black Wall Street. It wouldn't be no problem. But they scared to lose endorsements. They scared to lose popularity. And the bottom line, they scared to lose that money. Point blank, period. So I made my post. And, a couple of people, they hopped on it. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? They had the nerve to call me a coon. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, whatever. Which really don't matter to me. Because at the end of the day, I know who I am. I know what I stand for. And it's funny that, you know, they support this man for taking a stand. But when I say how I feel, I'm a coon. You know what I'm saying? And other people like, you know, Ray Lewis and others that are really out here working to put an end to all this racial stuff by trying to work with people that are in positions of influence that, you know what I mean, can break some of these chains and put an end to some of this stuff that we going through. And that's where my mind is at, progressing. You know what I mean? We've been through the civil rights. We've been through asking. You know what I mean? We've been through fighting to vote. We know voting. You know, what does voting do? We know these votes don't count. It don't matter. You know what I mean? These people already got a set agenda from the very beginning of time. And it really don't have to do with race. It got to do with God and his people and the promises that he passed down to us. But, you know, we stay blinded to that because first and foremost, we don't want to acknowledge who God is. Jesus Christ, the only living God, the only solution, the only one that really laid down his life, not just for us, but for all people. So, you know, really, I don't really, you know, what these people are saying is they don't see me out here in the community, or, which is funny to me because I've been there, done that. I've been around these backdoor meetings. I've been around these underground meetings, you know what I mean, where I done shared ideas, you know what I mean, and I done passed on ideas to folks that are out here running these organizations. And you know what they did? They took my ideas and they ran with them. But what they did is they left me out. Now I could say it's because of jealousy. I could say it's because of envy. I could say it's just because they don't like me. You know what I mean? Which is in some parts true. But at the end of the day, I know it's not flesh that I'm battling, it's spirits that we battle. You know what I mean? So the devil got his hold on a lot of these people because, simply put, they don't have a real relationship with God and Christ. They don't have the Holy Spirit living within them. You know what I mean? So everything they go do, even though they might have the right intentions to start, but once they get put in position to see the opportunity to get money, you know what I mean? The opportunity to exalt themselves and to be seen as, you know, somebody in the community. What it is that they do is they cut out anybody that they see as a threat to pretty much outshine them. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I really don't care. I continue to pass on ideas. You know what I mean? God give me vision every day. I get brand new visions every day. Visions I done posted on Facebook. Visions where I done put the call out and nobody responded. Not one. Or the ones that did respond, like I said, we get together and we have meetings. But then, you know what I mean? I don't hear nothing from them after that. But then I hear about the grants that they getting. You know what I'm saying? I hear about the moves that they making and I see them. You know what I mean? And I know firsthand that a lot of the ideas that they using are ideas that they passed on. Why? Because I was there. I was in them meetings. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a few years ago, you know, I was really gung-ho about this revolutionary stuff. You know what I mean? about being out here in these streets, marching, protesting, and the like, you know what I mean? But through, the situations and experiences that I had, I seen the heart of these people. And I know the heart of these people, and I know they ain't real. You know what I mean? They either jock in for political position, trying to put themselves in a position to receive millions of dollars from grant money. Basically just trying to exalt themselves as the one, or, the black leader. You know what I mean? And I can say names, but I ain't, because I really don't care. At the end of the day, I know my mission, I know what I stand for. And I know I'm out there, and I still am out here. You know what I'm saying? I don't make a lot of noise. I don't do it for the publicity. Because at the end of the day, I fear for my life sometimes. I know what God is, the mission that God has given me. And I know what happens to those type of people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the things, I stopped posting on Facebook because at the end of the day, I know through God speaking to me what he's about to do through me and through his faithful people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times I don't put it on Facebook, because I had situations where I done been around town making moves, and I know that people don't follow me and broke into my car and stole backpacks with millions, you know what I mean? With notebooks full of ideas and visions. You know what I'm saying? I done had churches steal from me. You know what I'm saying? Which is odd, because I love God's people. I love all people. You know what I'm saying? There ain't not one person out here in this world that I don't want to see make it, or that I don't want to see doing good. Because I came from the struggle. I was born in the struggle. You know what I mean? And that ain't no cliche. And I ain't just saying that to sound good. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she gave birth to me in prison. She gave birth to me in prison. And the way that I understand it from the stories that she told me is, she really didn't want to have me to begin with. And she was so strung out on drugs, my father had to take it upon himself to call her parole officer and turn her in just so she could get cleaned up enough to have me. You know what I'm saying? And that was nothing but God. So when I came into this world sick. My mom was in prison. My aunt had to come pick me up. My Aunt Grace had to come pick me up. What she told me, it was at 9 days old, and she raised me as her own. My father was really out here, you know what I mean? He was a Black Panther. I mean, you got all these people in San Diego, they talking about they the head of the Black Panther chapter, this and that. When my father was around, he was the one. And that ain't no boast or no brag. He was the one. But he got himself caught up in the street life and ended up murdering a few people. And the last one, he just didn't get away with. And he got sent to prison for 17 to life. And he been in there for, I'm 35 now. He left when I was about 3, so about 32 years he been in prison on a 17 to life sentence. You know what I mean? He done came up for parole many a times, but we all know that it's been said that if you a murderer, no matter, even if you have the opportunity to go up for parole, that it's already set in stone that they're not gonna let you out. You know what I mean? But I still got hope because I serve a God that's limitless, an almighty and all-powerful God. And I know that the things that I'm going through and the things that my father is going through is just to shape a testimony of how powerful he really is. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I don't really care what people think about me or what people say about me. You know what I mean? I know people is talking. I got folks that call themselves my brothers in Christ talking. You know what I mean? I had people come to me and tell me what's been said. Most of it lies. Because at the end of the day, they really don't know me. They might see me, you know what I mean, and been around me, but they never really took the opportunity to get to know me. And I don't know what that really is about, even though a lot of people will say jealousy, envy, whatever. But I don't really want to go that route. Because like I said, we don't battle against flesh. We battle against spirits, demonic spirits. And a lot of these folks that's out here doing the work, although it looks good on the outside, you know, God done put me in position to test their hearts. You know what I mean? I done put the call out on many occasions. And they failed to answer it. You know what I mean? And, you know, they use me for what I'm worth. Whenever they got something going on, they call me up, hit me up. I'll come out, you know, be a part of it. They want me to come support. And, you know, 85% of the time, 90% of the time, I do. And it ain't because of them. It's because of God. You know what I mean? And I know that despite how they might use me, I know, you know, what my position is, and I know what my mission is and what my assignment is. So when I get the call, I go anyway. You know what I mean? They invite me places, and then I never hear about it. Then I get on Facebook and I see them out there, you know what I mean, doing whatever it is that they invited me, but they failed to, when it really came down to do it, they failed to hit me up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say nothing about it. And when I see them, I still speak. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all love with me. You know what I mean? I got a heart to love. I've been through too much to hate on nobody. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's a lot of revolutionaries out there. It's a lot of people that's down for the cause. You know what I'm saying? But I know they ain't real. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but I know. Because I tested you already. I put the call out already. You know what I mean? And can't nobody say that my ideas and my visions don't work. Because at the end of the day, they still run with them. You know what I mean? And they still running off of them. And the reason you don't see me out here in these streets protesting no more, because I know that ain't the way. I've been there, I've done that. That ain't the way. Y'all just making a whole bunch of noise. Y'all ain't making no moves. You know what I'm saying? The moves y'all is making ain't worth nothing. Because y'all still in there begging for the system, trying to be a part of the system, trying to be political and get into that arena. That ain't it. We out here, man. We all we got. You know what I'm saying? If we want to break the, you know what I mean? If we want to break the curse, if we want to get up out the struggle, we got to depend on God first and foremost. And we got to do it on our own. We got too much talent. We got too many gifts. We got too many skills. And at the end of the day, we got the promise. Point blank, period. And the only thing holding us back is us. And our inability to surrender to who God really is and what it is that he really requires from us. If we could get right with God, you know what I mean? He'll start blessing us with the provisions to do the things that we need to do, to get ourselves right, to get our communities right, to get our families in order. And, you know, time is winding down. This world is coming to an end. A lot of things that we focusing on, they don't mean nothing right now. You know what I mean? Because the direction that this world is going in, ain't none of that gonna matter. The things that we chasing ain't none of that gonna matter. All the money we chasing, ain't none of that gonna matter. You know why? Because this system, this banking system is finna crash. It's finna be a tax on America. It's finna be people having to go to war. All that stuff that they talk about and we hear rumors about, you know, the FEMA camps and all that, that's real. Point blank period, that's real. It's gonna be a time where the underprivileged and those that, you know, aren't the upper echelon, you know, we're gonna be forced into situations that we ain't gonna like, and it's gonna be scary situations. So we really need to be getting ourselves in order, and you know what I mean, finding out really who our people is, so we could form a stronghold. You know what I'm saying? A fortress, so we could build a wall around ourselves. You know what I'm saying? To protect ourselves, to provide for ourselves. There's gonna be a time where we're gonna be able to just take money and go to the store and buy food. You know what I mean? Or just go spend money on whatever. You know what I mean? Because those options is finna be taken away. You see what we in. You see who is in control right now. That time is coming. And it might not be in, you know, the adults in our lifetime, but it's gonna be for sure in our kids' lifetimes. So we really need to be getting ourselves together so that we could get them prepared. But you know, that's all I had to say about that. I just wanted to address that real quick. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff y'all out there doing, I've been there and I've done that. A lot of stuff that it don't amount to nothing. We see it don't amount to nothing because we still ain't went nowhere. We ain't got nowhere with it. Y'all just following puppets with no real vision, with no real cause. People just out there doing stuff to be seen. So people can say, oh, you know, so-and-so, they did this. You know what I mean? They're down. Man, all that's hogwash. But I still love y'all. You know what I mean? I'm still out here. You know what I mean? I still got visions. You know what I mean? I'm still willing to share them. But what I ain't gonna do is link up with anybody that ain't ready to give God the glory. Because at the end of the day, he's the only one that's gonna save us. And we can fight against it all we want. But he's almighty, he's all powerful, he's all knowing, he's forever present. He's in everything. He sees everything, he knows everything. Everything that's happening right now is orchestrated by him. Ain't nothing that's going on in this world that isn't orchestrated by him, by his hand, for his purpose, for his good. So that's all I got to say about that. Y'all have a blessed day. I'm on my way to the barbershop out here in Ontario. Dimensions. 2260 South Mountain Avenue, Ontario, California. Pull up. You know what I mean? Get your hair cut. If you want to talk about making some moves, you know, I'm ready. Whenever you ready, I'm ready. Hit my inbox. Hit my number, 619-921-3182. Let's go.